Today's adventure begins looking at Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. As the recording of this is about 9:08 a.m. London time, Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. I'm heading north to the Warner Brothers tour in London. I'm going to take the underground, a couple different series of the tube, more or less the subway here, two different sections, and then from there a taxi. Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, wearing an appropriate platform 9 3/4 King Cross t-shirt. I gotta get going. I'm inviting you to join me. Got a little travel to get up there. Join me, shall you? So from where I am near Piccadilly, Leicester Square to be more specific, gonna go from the square up to Euston and then get off and then connect with another one. And there is a shuttle bus, but I would have had to gone to King's Cross Station, and then from there take the shuttle bus on. I figured I would just do public transport through the tubes and trains. All right, getting on the London Western Railway. This thing's moving. I'll take a look. Alright, I thought about taking a taxi from Waterford Junction over to the spot, but evidently they might have a bus, or maybe they're just telling me which way to walk. It's not too far from here. This spells out Waterford. 2.5 miles, so I think I might just wait for the bus from here. I think a taxi probably would have been probably a little quicker, but why not be part of the experience? Powered by Muggle electricity. A Muggle's a non-wizard. That's the common folk. Alright, have arrived. Looks like I'm going to be walking through all the different wands leading in. That's pretty awesome. Ministry of Magic needs me. Oh, this is cool. The big question is, where is he who must not be named? Looks like they have the chess pieces up here. Pretty good amount of people. This is a pretty popular attraction. This is where all the movies were made. There's going to be props, possibly sound stages. I've stayed pretty spoiler free. Seen a couple photos and things, but that's about as much as I've seen on the property itself, so I'm pretty dang excited to see what is going to be bestowed upon my eyes. Oh, there is he. Well, let's not say his name. We don't say his name. I kind of have to wonder if these are screen-used props too. I would imagine most of the things here are going to be. Purchased a deluxe tour. There wasn't a lot of booking. This thing was pretty filled up. They had a deluxe tour for today. They had one left, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And they're going to give me a lanyard, and I'm going to head inside. My tour starts at 11:30. It said to get here 45 minutes early. It's 10:36 right now. There's that really long line, but there's also the ticket collection, so you can go up here. I didn't get a QR code. I just got a confirmation number. And they said, oh, just wait over to the side. We'll give you your lanyard. So that's what I'm doing. This is my deluxe lanyard. Get a little souvenir afterwards. Deluxe tour lanyard. And ticket right there. Right, I am in. It looks like the regular tour has digital guides that you put around your ears and they give you the info when you're doing the tour. You'd be giving my perspective from the deluxe tour, which I believe not going to have the earbuds. I believe there's going to be a guide with me. All right, start off with a little bit of a breakfast, and it was the first time I've ever had butterbeer pancakes. I had butterbeer pancakes. My group is a size of 8 people.
That's what we like to hear. Fantastic.
And now heading into the first area right here.
We are currently stood in the
over
entrance
here.
hall to the castle, which means there is something very special just behind these doors to Hogwarts. Gentle push of those doors. I said push.
Right.
Fantastic. Big round of applause for the lovely
Oh, we're going into the Great Hall, I think.
So yes, this is of course the Great Hall of Hogwarts. This was one of the first sets ever constructed for the films and one of the largest. It stood for more than 10 years over on Soundstage B on our working film studio side before being brought over here piece by very precious piece, especially for the tour. And as you make your way into the Great Hall, do take a little look up, as you'll be able to see Fred and George Weasley flying high on their broomsticks, depicting the scene where they cause an array of mischief, which I will be telling you a little bit more about in just a moment. But keep making your way all the way down into the Great Hall for me. This set is dressed and ready just like it was during production to take as many pictures and videos as you would like from this point onwards.
So the Deluxe Guide Tour combines with the main tour at first,
Now,
and we meet back up with the
You
guys.
also see we are dressed and ready for the OWL examinations as seen in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And if you take a little look at the very top of the Great Hall here, we have everyone's favourite teacher to hate, Professor Dolores Umbridge, played by the very talented Imelda Staunton, wearing her sickly sweet pink suit. Now we first see the pendulum in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and it was designed by our special effects department, led by special effects supervisor John Richardson. Now it is powered by a single motor attached to a rotary arm, giving it the incredible ability to swing live on set. If we cast our memories back to the scene where Fred and George Weasley burst into the Great Hall with their fireworks, causing an array of colourful chaos, which for the actors on set would have looked a little bit like this in 3, 2, 1, action! There we go, fantastic. Big round of applause for our wonderful special effects team for creating that to give your private tour.
Screen
But with
use
that,
set.
your tour continues right around that corner, where you are now free to explore and go behind the scenes of the most magical film series in the world. Enjoy!
The suit in the middle there is Moaning Myrtles. I never realized, the guy was telling me, she never realized until she started working here, a Moaning Myrtle was a Ravenclaw also. Who knew? This is so dang cool. Of course, there would have been 2 more tables in the middle when they were filming it.
There are no seats, so jump up and join me up here on the stone. Make sure you remove all your belongings though. Your hats, coats, scarves, clothing, your favourite hair, and you won't be returned to this world at all today. Hello everyone, my name is Percy, it's my pleasure to welcome you all here. Now this might be
transforming it into that
Took place inside the Great Hall set. Some of the thoughts.
but let's be honest, the most exciting thing about the children that were actually in the films was that they got to dress up. Because normally you see them in those Hogwarts uniforms, they're very warm.
I was mentioning, these are all the hero outfits. These are not worn by stunt doubles. These are worn by all the actors. Granted, there was multiple Snape's outfit, but he would have worn this one. All these characters wore these outfits. Basically the A costumes, or the hero costumes, if you will. And the Great Hall is on the other side of that wall, right there.
So she would definitely make her own jewellery, and she wanted them to
Luna's
look
outfits.
like they were made.
Luna's outfits and jewelry created by the jewelry made by the actress, who was chosen out of 15,000 or 1,500 people who showed up. Blue necklace is the one she's wearing when we were first introduced to Luna.
Now, when we're designing a costume for a specific scene in a character, we always think about why the character is wearing that outfit in that moment. So, you think about Luna, she wasn't very popular at Hogwarts, was she? She probably doesn't get invited to many parties. So, the fact that she's going to the Slug Club party with Harry Potter is a very big deal for her. So, it's designed to look like a fencing doublet. You can see he's got a big embroidered coat of arms on the front, just in case you forget who he is. So you can see the G.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Now, I'm going to show you one of the most important pieces of makeup for the Harry Potter films. Robbie Coltrane. Now, his facial hair is a little bit different. As much as Robbie Coltrane loved playing Hagrid for the Harry Potter films, he hated wearing this beard. You can appreciate, probably very hot and very itchy.
We're to the Gryffindor common room now, where Harry lived once he was off of Privet Drive. There they are up top. They get a little older. There's the invisibility cloak right there.
That is how they made Harry.
Wow. There's the Marauders map. There's the Griffin stairwell. Wow, the set from Dumbledore's office. Holy cow. I've seen this in queues. You know, you go to Universal Hollywood and they have like a mock-up of this when you're like walking through. But this is the actual Screen Use set. Oh man, this is cool. They're really freaking cool. Both Dumbledores. They got first one up there, he was in the first two, and then the one that was in all the rest of them. Right.
Just behind him, on the shelf, you can see the sorting hats.
There it is.
From this angle, you've got a perfect view of him on the bookshelf. That's where he lives for most of the school year. The books on the shelves are actually made. They are phone books, so phone directories that have been rebound. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
the
that's
sword
the sword from the second film.
from part 2.
When they got it out of the sword, do you remember
This place is straight up insane. This is the freaking spot if you're a fan of the movie. Seen that at Universal Hollywood so many times, and there's the prop right there, the real one. Ocean's Classroom.
Has anyone been looking for other Harry Potter related things to do whilst they're here?
Half-Blood Prince book and station here. So also it's interesting, she said originally in the early films, this is where they had the three-headed dog, just this section, and then when the films became successful, they started building their own sets after the second one, when they knew the franchise was going to continue on, and they expanded it into Snape's little section. But the three-headed dog was used in here, and then eventually became a potion room for Snape, who was standing right there. Alan Rickman's suit, right there.
The pie took part for it, full of like tree bark, dried flowers, things like that. The bottom shelves are where it starts getting a little bit more exciting. So one of the things that the props team did was they actually went to London Zoo, they went to the gift shop, and they bought hundreds of rubber toys from the kids section.
A lot more portraits over here as well. Very expansive place. Right into the burrow. Into the burrow set now.
And then because Mr. Weasley loves muggles, he's tried to build the house without magic holding it up. So that's why everything's slightly not at a right angle. It hasn't quite worked.
Yeah, I'm really impressed on how many sets are in here. I did not think it would be this expansive.
Alright, so just a few things before we head through into the next section of the Forbidden Forest. We have got the divination.
Passing by Hagrid. Going in. This is really dang cool through here. And there is Buckbeak. Make sure you bow.
Actually makes you be on the set. It took about 4 months to make him. Not only have you got all the mechanics inside him to make him move, but the front half of him is covered in bags.
Oh wow, they're over here too.
Right, so this is our dog, everybody, and his family. So you remember that Ron is terrified as
Gonna walk onto the Hogwarts Express, go through it. Set dress for how it would have been in each film, like Goblet of Fire, right here. Order of the Phoenix. What it would have looked like, set dress like from that film. Blood Prince, check it out, they even have the little heart right there where she drew the R and the L.
All these amazing graphic props. So things that are important to the plot, like the Marauder's map, Harry's Hogwarts letter, but also lots of things to just dress the set and just, you know, fill out the world of the films even a little bit more. I didn't know there were Hogwarts Express air fresheners until I started working here. Since working on Harry Potter, Miraflora and Eduardo have set up their own company. It's called the House of Mina Lima, and they actually have an exhibition, a pop-up shop in central London.
All right, walking through a little eating area now over here. Continue, it looks like we might be going outside. Here's the wooden bridge. That's neat. Here's the night bus right there. That's the miniature of the Weasley's place. Oh, here's Harry's first accommodations here on Privet Drive. All right, so evidently the exterior was used, it was a real, set on a real street for the first movie, and then they built the exterior for the sequels. These are all real props.
Harry that his family donated to the art department when they were dressing this set for the creature effect team.
Harry's bedroom in the second film, and there's Dobby.
In the Harry Potter films.
This was the one that they did drive around London. There was 3 of them. This was the stump bus that drove through London. And there's the Hogwarts Courtyard Fountain. We're over to the creature effect room now.
For literally any body part that's needed. Sometimes full body casts are made. You've got to remember this is a time before, you know, things like 3D printing, digital visual effects have really taken off. So often things like this are going to be a lot more detailed.
She was saying some of the creature effects are a little different than how they ended up in the movie. That's Voldemort. Oh, he should not be named, I should say. In a while. There's the Book of Monsters right there. A few of them. Oh, there's Hagrid.
At his full height, next to normal sized people, is actually a size double. So his size double was actually 6'10". His name was Martin Bayfield, he said. So it would literally go on over his own face. He could see out. The eyes are made of tea strainers. So he had some vision, but not a lot. So Joe, who was the operator for Hagrid, would be just off camera watching a monitor with a massive box remote, and he could make Hagrid frown, he could make the eyes move, he could make the mouth move as well. You could see, yeah, the eyes are made of tea straining.
It's Hagrid's brother.
So this is our Hungarian Hauntel. I've got my fire. If you look inside his mouth, you can see there's this hole where his tongue should have been. And that is where a flamethrower is actually inside. So we could breathe fire. So actually, I met a lot of the original crew, which was great because it meant we could ask them all of our questions, and that's where most of our knowledge comes from. So when I met Nick Dubman, who's the head of the creature effects department, he actually told us that the metal skeleton inside the Hungarian Hauntel is actually made of aluminium ladders, so ladders bought in a hardware shop down the road, and it's actually adapted from the basilisk from the Chamber of Secrets.
Ah, there's the Boar's Head. The Gringotts workers, bank, if I remember correctly.
So they are made of silicone and they are a little bit bendy. They'd be for anyone right at the back. If they pick something up, it's not going to be seen on camera. So there you go.
Looking into Gringotts was pretty insane. So basically the first Gringotts in the first movie was filmed at a real place in the greater London area. But then when it got to the last film, they ended up having to build the set. And this is all the original set with the exception of the floor. The floor they had to redo because so many people walk across. And then on the way out, you get to do a special photo op for the Deluxe guys. So I got a couple photos for the Deluxe guys. And there's me signing something at the Gringotts Bank right there. Check it out. There's a wide one, and then there's this one right there. I even have one of the Gringotts pin in my hand.
One of the cool things in here is you can see where the props team have really thought about the backstory for the set, considering they only get given a few sentences, a few little bits of information from the original Harry Potter books and from the script. So the Strange family, we learn, have always been associated with the dark arts, and they're very old wizarding family. So on some of the boxes in here, you can see dates, giving you an idea of how old the family is. There's like a Lestrange crest.
Something's going on in here. Wait a second. Wait. What? That was pretty dang awesome. Oh man. That was cool. Where are we going? Is this Diagon? I think it is. Now, walking through Diagon Alley was pretty awesome. So these are the sets from Diagon Alley. Obviously, they were moved from their original spot here on property and set up in this particular area. The guide was also saying that the set for Diagon was used for another area at one point, for another one of the films. It was reset dress, so it was used on two different occasions, according to her. And once you go through Diagon, they have some screen use props as well, some of the hero capes, hero outfits that the characters are wearing. But as you exit out of Diagon, we got to see a layout from Half-Blood Prince of Hogwarts Castle, and then the grand reveal of the 1/24 model of Hogwarts Castle, which is pretty amazing to see, a 1/24 scale of Hogwarts Castle in all its glory. I mean, I've seen it at Universal Hollywood hundreds of times, and just seeing the screen use one from the first film that they used, and they kind of like showed from all the different angles. And this, according to her, was set up from the first film, and as the movies went on, they kind of changed it into the layout of different things, like where Hagrid's little hut was, at the bottom of the hill was different in some of the later films than it was in the first one. But this is the 1/24 model of the very, very first movie, which is pretty awesome to see. And then we ended up going back through the Great Hall again, dumped us off in the Great Hall, and then could walk back through at our own accord. The guide has left me to do pretty much whatever I need to do without the tour. So the Deluxe tour has ended, and now I'm able to use my pass to get photo ops, get a butterbeer, etc., and I'll be able to continue peruse around at my own accord. Just back in the main area here where they were having all the meals, where they were doing all the Dumbledores making his presentations, and now I'm going back over into some screen use props here again. The Hogwarts architect prop, which is shown right here, which is like holding Hogwarts up top there, at least the top cylinder section of it, and I'm just gonna kind of peruse through and see what wasn't talked about too much on the tour. Again, you got the floating candles here, you got Dumbledore. Nice. Floating staircase right here. Oh, when she was putting up all the different rules, and the handyman was like nailing them on the wall right there before the dramatic scene where they all fell. This is the hallway from the Leaky Cauldron. Which we're seeing in the first film. I actually did a walking tour the other night of London, and I saw where they filmed the door to the Leaky Cauldron for the first film. In the third film and on, it was in a different spot. Oh, we got the Monster Book of Monsters down here. Look, he's like underneath the bed right there. Watch out, he's going a little nuts right there. He's got the sharp teeth and everything. Stay up on that bed. Here is Hagrid's hut right there. This is the hut that was used. And they even have like the interiors kind of set dressed to how it looked as well. He lived in a small wooden house on the edge of the Forbidden Forest. There's only one room inside Hagrid's hut. Right, there's peeking inside his little hut there, all this furniture and all the boxes dangling from the roof. And here is the vault cart, film effects vault cart right here. You also have Hagrid's motorbike right there, and then also the bus right there that goes through London, 717. Oh, and there's one of the brooms. This is showing how the doors work right there. You can see how the little pieces turn and they go into the particular spots on the next one. Actually, this one right here that's turning, showing the Hogwarts doors. Oh, I just heard the squeaking. Wow. There's Mad-Eye Moody's trunk right there. I think that was actually the leather jacket he was wearing too. Some items from the dark arts as well, and outfits there. Got a whole caseload of Death Eater masks as well. I haven't seen any Dementors. I haven't seen any Dementor props. Ooh, there's Tom Riddle's gravestone. We all know who that is. Well, no spoilers. And above these screen use suits is the tapestry up top. Some Ministry of Magic set dressings as well. I think the Ministry of Magic set was the biggest of all the sets, but they only have a portion of it here now on display. Just kind of go down the row. Back of the train is Ron and Harry getting a little got the Honeyduke's trolley coming by, and they ended up splurging. Look, they ended up getting so much food. And there's Ron's wrap right down there. Back of the train. All right, it's time for a butterbeer. Butterbeer time. I'm gonna try a butterbeer latte. What's that? Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Now, if you got the regular butterbeer, you get a little souvenir, but I'm getting the latte, so I get a different kind. I've had butterbeer pancakes before. I never had butterbeer latte, but you know what? There's a first time for everything. I do like the butterbeer flavor. I shut my drink first before I went in there. You can already hear them in here screaming. There's Ron, Hermione, Harry, Malfoy, shifting around down in there. They don't like that. They don't like that when you pull up on them. Alright, I didn't notice this the first time when I passed through Gringotts, but take a look at the vault door. It kind of moves how it does in the film. All the inner workings of the inside of the vault door opening up, spinning around like that. That is so freaking awesome. Right, that was awesome. Ended up getting my complimentary guidebook that came with my ticket that I bought. And I also purchased Harry Potter's wand. You see right there. I figured if I'm going to buy Harry Potter's wand, I should buy it here. I've only got one other wand. Bought it a few years ago, Universal Studios Hollywood. So now I have a second wand. Voldemort was the other one. I just said his name. So now I got both sides of the dark arts and inside. My wand bag. Nice little souvenir. I've been buying records at some of the places that the bands did their album covers, so it makes sense to buy the Harry Potter wand for Mr. Harry Potter at the place that they filmed all the Harry Potter films. And I got the little official guide there. And then really nice lady at the front, Lily, gave me this. She said, really appreciate you coming out. Take this one. This is something to add to your collection as well. On the way out, she handed me that, which was really nice. And the guide ended up giving me this. which is a Gringot coin. Everyone on the tour got this, but everyone on the Deluxe tour. It turned out to be a very dreary day. Seems like everyone's leaving at the same time. There's like a pretty lengthy line for the bus. I'm going to get on the first one, but since I've been standing here about 10 minutes, the line has gotten me. It's going to Waterford Junction. That was the word I was looking for. Evidently no one knows where we're supposed to be standing, so I think now the line is all discombobulated and the bus is pulled up here, everyone's waiting down there. Okay. I was just in the one line. There's only one line. I don't know what's going on. I just need to get to Waterford Junction. Maybe that's for a different station. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get there. All right, and I'll take the train down to Euston. Here at the Watford station. I was here earlier, these weren't illuminated, but now it's starting to get dusk and nightfall will be rearing its head very soon. They are lit up. Pulling into the station. And that's gonna do it for today. Pretty awesome. Finally got to go to the Warner Brothers tour for Harry Potter. Definitely say was worth it, especially if you're into the franchise. And if you're in England, definitely a good spot to go. It was a nice tie-up with going to the locations around London a few days ago, and now I went to the sets, the props, learned and saw a little bit more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. You're a wizard, Harry. I don't know who I was imitating there. That wasn't a good one. The vlog is over.